Hi, I'm CleBeau, and I'm coming to you from the Miller-Nichols Library at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. I'm a member of RUSA and BRASS, and I'm helping to kickstart this program, IAmRUSA, where we introduce you to members of the organization and talk about the work we do in the world of libraries. I easily volunteered for this because I had been secretly capturing my workday on video and thinking maybe I would use it for recruitment purposes or to show my family or even my colleagues and my boss upstairs what it is I do all day, because they kind of wonder. So let me begin with my career path, because I was asked to include that. I was a history major in college, and I worked in the library as work study. I also helped put my husband through a master's program, and the only job I was able to find that year was in the Penn State University Library. So it was a great experience. I had wonderful role models and thought, this is an environment that's really appealing to me. So I pursued. So I kind of fell into the career like a lot of you do, although we are noticing that more young people are choosing it as a career choice. So that's good news for all of us. So what is my life like on a daily basis at UMKC? Well, I have the title of Research and Liaison Librarian. We got rid of the word reference here a few years ago. We just felt like with everything so readily accessible to our students on the web and via the web, that they weren't really understanding the word reference anymore. So that's a nice change in the profession. So the more self-sufficient they are, the more it frees us up to do other things, which means we are getting much more tightly integrated into our schools, colleges, and departments, doing more teaching and research assistance and anything else we can think of to help faculty and students. I teach hundreds of students every year. And if you're headed for academic libraries and your library science program has an instruction class, take it, because you will need it. At my first academic job, I had tuition remission, and I decided to invest in myself. And I got a master's in business administration, free, best scholarship going. And I'm really glad I did it because it paid off. So here I am, the business librarian essentially to the Henry Block School of Management. And that's Block as in H&R Block, the tax people. And this has been a very exciting time for the school and for me. The school has a big entrepreneurship program offering bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees, so they really keep me running. Henry is still very much involved in the school, and it's a great privilege to work in his presence, and his niece is in library school. So after spending the first 6 weeks of the semester running back and forth from the business school to the library, I can then sit down in my office and entertain some research questions. So I spend a lot of time emailing, chatting, on the phone, and in consultation with students. Today, for example, I am researching the market for portable medical imaging products. And yesterday we did some research on the viability of a sandwich shop in the northern part of the city, and we looked at GIS, geospatial plotting, and demographics. I also helped some students find comparable businesses in an industry. I'm researching the American taste buds for Austrian food, looking for data for Medicare reimbursements. So I literally never know what my day will bring. Such a wide variety of things, and you would think I would be the smartest person in the world for only a bad memory. If you could ever remember all this, it would be wonderful, but who can? So, and there are always often faculty that need special help, like searching for databases on 4 different platforms, and how do you remove all the duplicates and things like that. So life is always interesting. I also work very closely with the Block School administrators. I'm an advocate for my faculty to make to try to see that they get the resources they need. I'm an outside voice, and I appreciate their listening to me and giving me their ear. So those are some of the questions I get without moving out of my chair when I'm at the public reference desk or information desk. I answer things like literary criticism, biology, just about anything. In other words, the job calls for you to know everything you ever learned in school. And if you weren't paying attention, it's a problem. Kansas City is an entrepreneurial mecca, greatly supported by the Kauffman Foundation. And as a sideline, one thing I do is volunteer to teach marketing to their programs for displaced workers and socioeconomically challenged entrepreneurs. It's a little thing I can do to help the economic development of Kansas City, and the mission of our university encourages that. I also work very closely with the business librarians at the four major very good public libraries we have in this area. We have fantastic public library leadership, which is a real bonus in Kansas City. I also do some book reviewing for Choice and present at national and regional conferences, do some authoring, and I'm very involved in IAmRUSA and BRASS. It's very easy to participate, and I have so enjoyed what I call working with the BRASS Brain Trust. I have the best bunch of professional colleagues one could ever find. The professional development opportunities are rich and very member-driven. Now, the other part of my job, I also teach a full load of classes in the graduate program of Library Science at the University of Missouri School of Information Science and Learning Technologies, which is a new iSchool. I teach copyright and management of electronic resources. Because I teach copyright, I'm also on the UMKC copyright support team, which is work I really, really enjoy. So my days and nights are full of also lecture writing, Blackboard discussion, and grading, which I am sorely behind on, which I will catch up on this weekend. I desperately need a hair trim. Maybe in November that will happen. And I look forward to hearing from you this week. Let's talk about the profession and get your questions answered. So contact me.